I feel like a whole new person. Wow, this is getting deep and getting deep quick. She's my like OG. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are gonna be doing a get ready with me Q&A. I asked you guys to ask me some questions on Instagram, so as I'm getting ready, I'm gonna answer some of the questions that you guys asked me. So if you guys are new here, my name is Hannah and I make new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and then I also have been starting to do a live video on Wednesday, and we are talking about a Jonah Bible study that I'm doing. Basically just relaying the information that I learned in my Jonah study to you guys as best as I can. So if you guys want to jump on that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Also, there's a little notification bell that you guys can just hit if you want to be notified when I post new videos. So let me get onto my Instagram and I will see what kind of questions you guys asked me. So we are digging into this makeup bag, and I have a bunch of brushes right here. These are the Jaclyn Hill brushes, and I'll try to go into like what I'm doing too as I'm answering your questions. We'll see how this works. Okay, so let me just pin my bangs back. I already did my brows and I concealed my skin just a little bit, so I didn't have to take up too much time. But for my brows, I use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and this is what it looks like. I am in the shade Ash Brown, and I really love this because it has a little spoolie, and I just kind of brush them up. And I feel like it works just as good as the Anastasia one, and it's loads cheaper. So this is my favorite. And then just to conceal like the little spots on my face, I use the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer, and this is what it looks like, and my shade is 2C. So I am super pale right now. I don't have like a tan on or anything. I hardly ever really like have a tan on, but when I do get a spray tan or like I put self tanner on, I feel like a whole new person. So I need to do that soon because I just feel better, more confident. Is that stupid? Who knows? So my favorite foundation right now has been the Tarte Face Tape Foundation. I am not really in the shade medium beige anymore because I don't have a tan on. So it's really not my color, but this is the only color I have right now. So we're gonna use it and try to make it work, maybe blend it down the neck a little bit. And then this is the brush I'm gonna be applying it with. Okay, so somebody asked, what is more important, someone's safety or their trust? Like if you have suicidal friends. Wow, this is getting deep and getting deep quick. So what's more important, someone's safety or their trust? 100% their safety. I don't care if a friend comes up to me and says that they're suicidal. I care so much more about that friend than our friendship. So I'm gonna care about getting you into safety or the friend into safety before I care about hurting our friendship. I'd rather ruin a friendship and save the person than have a friendship, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys? That's just my point of view, but yes. The next question is, how do you keep your faith when you feel like you're in a rut with it? And this is actually a really good question because I felt like I was kind of in a rut for a while, just like with my Bible studies. I wasn't like as engaged with them, and I just didn't feel like that connection that I normally feel to Jesus. And I was kind of like, Jesus, like, where are you? But, oh, and on my retreat, I just like really wasn't hearing him speak to me very much. He was just being very quiet. And I was like, okay, Lord, I'm listening. Like, what do you want to tell me? You know, like, I'm showing up. I'm here. But before that, before I went on my retreat, I realized that in my quiet times, I was being very rushed and like not really wanting to engage and just sit and like soak up his word and sit in the quietness and just listen to him. I was very like, okay, gotta get this over with, check it off my list. And once I went on the retreat and had that quiet time, I'm like, Lord, where are you? And of course he's always there with us, but I think he just wanted me to learn to be silent with him. And even if he didn't speak to me during the retreat, like as much as I wanted to, I definitely just knew that he wanted me to practice being quiet. So sometimes when I'm in a rut, I really just have to evaluate like where I'm at and just really think about like, okay, is God really like far from me right now, or am I being far from him and not realizing it? Because really, God never leaves us, but me just being like in a hurry and trying to check off my Bible study and quiet time with him in the morning, just be like, okay, I'm done. That was me like not wanting to pursue him. So sometimes when I'm in those ruts and I like don't feel excited about my Bible study or don't feel excited about like life in general or what God's doing in my life, those are the times where I'm like, okay, Lord, I need to hear from you the most. And I just sometimes sit in silence and either like play some worship music in the background or just sit there in complete silence and not pray or anything, just listen. And even if I don't hear anything from him right away, I just feel like our relationship is so much better because I do a ton of talking in my prayers and not a lot of listening. So I was really kind of disappointed when I wasn't hearing from God like on my retreat, because it seemed like almost everybody else was. Like everyone else was like getting like emotional and just like really feeling God move in their lives, and I just was kind of like bland. It was really weird, and it kind of scared me because I'm like, Lord, what is our relationship? Like, this is not normal for our relationship. And so I just felt like very lonely on that retreat. And during that time, I just had to keep pressing through because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep faithfully pursuing him. I know he's here. I know he's probably being silent for a reason, for me to learn something. And then after the retreat, when I got home, I felt like so refreshed and so renewed, and maybe God was just giving me time to relax and just soak in him. Now that I'm actually talking about it, I think it's good to be in a rut sometimes because then it makes you miss like that relationship you have with Jesus and makes you desire it more. So just keep pursuing him and just keep pushing through those times when you just don't feel like sitting down and don't feel like doing your Bible study, don't feel like praying. Keep pushing through and God will move, I promise. Okay, so now I'm going to apply my concealer, just a little bit more concealer underneath my eyes just to brighten them up a little bit. My biggest problem area is my under eyes and like dark circles. If I could get rid of anything, it would be my dark circles because I wouldn't feel like I would have to wear as much makeup to cover up my skin. And I'm using my e.l.f. beauty blender, which is amazing. I guess it's not a beauty blender, it's a sponge, but I really, really love it. I got it at Ulta in the drugstore area, and it was super cheap too. It's very bouncy, just like the beauty blender. So someone asked, what did you go to school for? So I went to college for child and family studies. I changed my major like 3 times. First I was a music major, then I was a communications major. Realized that you had to take a lot of math courses, so I was like, no, that's not me, sorry, bye-bye. And then I did child and family studies, which is what I was really passionate about, and I really just enjoy marriage and family. So even though I'm not doing anything like in the business world with child and family studies, like counseling or anything like that, I think these YouTube videos are perfect because it's like talking about marriage, talking about family, talking about relationships. And so basically I am using my major for something, which is awesome. Okay, so someone asked, what do you do for work? And YouTube is my full-time job. Sometimes I'll do makeup on the side just for like bridal parties and stuff, but what I spend most of my week doing is editing videos, filming videos, talking to brands. Yes, that is my job and I absolutely love it. I'm so thankful to be able to do YouTube. I'm going to set my under eyes with the Laura Mercier powder and then this little powder sponge. So you're not supposed to get this sponge wet. This is also from e.l.f. and I love it. This is specifically just for powders and I love that it has just like this little flat side. It's awesome. So I just press that into my Laura Mercier powder and I'm just going to press that and kind of bake underneath my eyes. My eyes always run, so if I have mascara on and it's not like a good brand that I trust, it always runs down my eyes. Now I kind of have like a primer that I put on before my mascara, which really helps with this, and baking also helps with this. So just bake under my eyes and I leave it on for a little while, and then I do my chin just everywhere where I highlighted with the concealer. Someone asked, how do you keep such a beautiful, positive attitude? And while I'm answering this, I'm gonna apply my bronzer. It's by Bobbi Brown in the shade Medium with my this little brush from Eco Tools. And honestly, girl, I don't. Like, sometimes I have the worst attitude and sometimes I'm angry, I'm moody, and I know it's like I don't ever really show that on camera just because it's not fun to watch. My husband like would agree. But I am not positive all the time. I'd say like 80% of the time, I'm probably like a pretty positive person. But there's that 20% when it's like my time of the month where I'm like angry at the world. So yeah, just to let you know, I am not positive all the time. The next question is, who is your favorite woman in the Bible? And the first woman that I ever learned about in the Bible was Esther. I have this obsession with Esther. Like if she had a social media account, I would stalk her all the time because I think she is just beautiful, not only on the outside. They said she was beautiful on the outside, but 100% most beautiful on the inside. She had a passion for her Lord, a passion for her people, and she wasn't going to let anybody stop her. And she just has this strength and this courage that I desire and that I want to have. So Esther is definitely my girl. She's my like OG. The blush I'm going to be using is by Lorac, and it's in the shade Cinematic. It's a beautiful brown pink blush, if that is a good description. Where is my blush brush? Okay, someone said, how do you have a healthy relationship with your boyfriend or husband? So I am married. I've been married for 2.5 years to my BFF. And I know everyone says that, like I'm married to my best friend, but no, really, he's my best friend. Like seriously, I tell him all the time he's my best friend, and he's probably like, okay, I get it. Like, Hannah, yeah, I know. And the only answer to that is Jesus, because without God, we are sinful, and with God, we're sinful. What's so cool is we both realize that, and we realize that we're sinful human beings and we're not going to be perfect. And I think the biggest example that God gave to us was giving each other grace. And so we really try to do that, and Kyle gives me so much stinking grace. Really, the only answer is Jesus, because without him, we would have no grace. We would hold on to bitterness, and yeah, I hope that answers your question. Somebody said, your hair is so cute. Did you recently dye it and get bangs? Yes, I did. I dyed it darker. And so if you guys saw my video where I got it cut to this length and I got bangs and dark hair, that was probably like 6 months ago maybe. So I just went back to the salon and kind of got like a refresh. So I always kind of go to this dark color. I just love it. I feel like it just makes everything stand out a little bit more. But I also love my lighter hair as well. So I don't have to go all the time because I don't care if it lightens up just like a little bit more. But yes, I got bangs too. I love bangs. I feel like they just make my face look totally different, and I think they're fun to play with. So next I'm going to go in and curl my lashes and apply my Lancome primer that really helps with just like setting my mascara so it doesn't run, like I said. And then for my mascara, I got this on sale for 10 bucks, I think it was, when they were doing like the lash day at Ulta. And this is the Bad Gal Bang mascara, and I really like it. So let's curl my lashes first. And then the next question is, what made you want to be a YouTuber, and do you recommend it? And honestly, I always wanted to be a YouTuber. My first YouTube stars that I started watching were Juicy Star 07 and All That Glitters 21. And they were both sisters, and they did makeup videos and fashion videos. And I was like, this is a thing. Like, I love YouTube. And I think that was in high school. I think. I never even thought about like that I could actually be a YouTuber though. And when I started dating my husband Kyle, he is so motivating and like dream oriented, and he's like, if you have a dream, you can do it, and I'm gonna help you do it. So he bought me and Jaclyn Brooke a camera, and he was the one that literally like launched us into YouTube. Like, he motivated us into doing it, and it was just awesome. And I'm so thankful for him for like inspiring me to even think like, oh wow, I can actually make this a job. So that is so cool, and I would definitely recommend YouTube because you can help so many people on YouTube. It is awesome, and like you can share God's word to so many people, and we need more Christian faith-based YouTubers in this community. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, girl, do it. Somebody said, what's something you never expected with marriage? I love your videos and inspiration. Thank you so much. Something I never expected about marriage was how much it reflects Jesus's relationship with us as his daughters and sons. Like, marriage is the perfect example of commitment that God has for us, of unconditional love that God has for us. And don't get me wrong, marriages are not perfect, but we have a perfect God. And marriage is just a small hint of who God is and how much he loves us and the love that you can have for someone. Like, I never knew that I could love Kyle as much as I did. And when I got married, I just fell in love with him even more. I love him more and more every day. And then the next question is, what's something you've always wanted to do in your life? And me and Kyle have definitely had the same goal in this, and it is to travel. Like, our relationship started out with traveling and it will end with traveling. Like, we both are obsessed with seeing the world and like just being together and doing it. Like, we love exploring and we love meeting new people, trying new food. So that is what we're going to be doing probably for the rest of our lives, and especially this year. So if you guys are interested in seeing some more vlogs from us, we will definitely be doing more traveling vlogs because this year is our year to travel. Also, I have a question. We were kind of throwing around the idea of like just starting our own channel. I think we've started one in the past, but like we never really posted on there. So if we started our own channel just for our vlogs, would you like that? Or would you like me to just keep like the vlogs on here of both of us? Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. Okay, so someone asked the best advice that I've ever gotten. And it was probably from my mom, and I don't know if she even knows this, but she told me that when you're married and when you have a family, the order of priorities that your life is supposed to go in is first Jesus, God, then your husband, and then your kids. And when you put your priorities in that order, most of the time things will fall into place. And so many families, like moms especially, put their children before their husbands, or dads put their children before their wives, and that is just not healthy for kids to see. When kids see that mom chooses me over dad, or dad chooses me over mom, that's not healthy for them to see. That's not a healthy relationship. If I choose my husband over my kids, that's actually better for them to see a healthy relationship rather than mom and dad catering to the kids 24/7. If you see mom and dad going on dates together and doing stuff together and laughing together, that child is going to grow up better than a parent who is constantly like catering to their kids. So Jesus first, then your husband, then your kids. And your kids will see that order if you make it a priority. So that is the best advice ever. Thanks, Mom. So my favorite lipstick is the Velvet Teddy lipstick, and actually Jaclyn Brooke, my sister-in-law, gave me this, I think for like Christmas or something, and I just fell back in love with it. This has just enough like rose to it that I really, really enjoy it. And I don't put like a lip liner on with it or anything. It's just like a pinky, rosy nude. It's so pretty. Okay, so just a few more questions. How many kids do you want? And we say like 2 or 3, but I'm like maybe 2 to 4. I don't really know, but definitely probably 2. And maybe 2 of our own, 1 adopted, or maybe 2 of our own, 2 adopted. So we definitely want to adopt. Adoption has been on both of our hearts for a very long time, so we will definitely probably do that if God wants us to. Somebody said, can you do a house tour? And I'm probably not going to do a house tour of this house just because I'm not like obsessed with how it's decorated, and I just really haven't bought a ton of decorations because I knew that we wouldn't be staying here for a very long time, but we are thinking about possibly moving. Maybe, we're not really sure. We're kind of like looking into it. So when we do move, we'll probably be there for a long time, so I'm definitely gonna decorate that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me Q&A. I loved answering all your guys' questions. Definitely let me know about the vlogs. Do you want me to keep our vlogs on this channel, or do you want me to move them to a separate channel where we can just have all of our vlogs on one channel? Let me know in the comments down below, and we will hopefully do that soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!
I just wanna hold you.